Hey viewers, I'm here with another video in my Ask Coach Nina series. Today I am responding to a parent's inquiry about her spirited daughter. She wants to know, what if my child disagrees with me about everything? I really love this question, and here's how I'm going to answer it. I'm going to talk about the positive attributes of children with this strong spirit and assertive power, what children are really doing when they disagree with us, and I'll offer some respectful, easy ways that you can respond to their disagreement. If you would like more content and parenting support, you can always subscribe to my channel, join the conversation in my private Facebook group, or connect with me about coaching by clicking the links below this video. So let's start on a high note by taking a moment to just recognize the really wonderful things that we know to be true about children who disagree with their parents and caregivers often, because there truly are positive qualities under this frustrating behavior, and by stopping to appreciate them, we're going to be more compassionate in the way that we respond when they say no. Children who like to disagree about pretty much everything are strong-willed. They want to make an impression on the world. They are self-confident and they really value their own ideas. They have a keen sensitivity and curiosity about others, about themselves, and about power dynamics. They are developing their inner voice and learning how to use it. And they feel comfortable and safe enough with their parents to share their opinions. Additionally, children who frequently disagree with us are really smart. They are perceptive and really tuned into their parents. They have this heightened sense of awareness of the thoughts and behaviors of others, and they're trying to learn to use this to their advantage. All of these traits and skills are ones that we want to preserve and foster as they grow into teenagers and adults. So it's really important not to lose sight of them. At the same time, there are obvious downsides to having a child who constantly disagrees. It's not fun for anyone in the family, including for our child. When children frequently disagree, it can be for several reasons. One, they're not getting consistent, straightforward answers and feedback from their parents. Two, they're noticing loopholes and weak spots in what their parents say, and they're working to identify those. And three, they're becoming aware of just how much influence they have over their parents, and this power is something that they, as children, are designed to explore and understand. No matter how children appear when they are disagreeing with us, these experiences that I just listed are actually quite unsettling for a child. Deep down, this uncertainty and imbalance in power is really uncomfortable. At a young age, children are not able to control their emotions and how they get expressed, and they act quite impulsively. They say and do things before they're able to stop and consider the consequences and choose another course of action. And so when they impulsively disagree with us, they act out, they melt down. It's actually really frightening to them to see the effect that it can have on their family. They themselves are a bit afraid of this power, of their emotions, and when they see their impulses strongly influence their family members, it's even scarier to them. What children really want is to be reassured that no matter what their impulses cause them to do, their parents can handle it. So subconsciously, when they disagree with us, they're actually running a scientific experiment. They are trying to gather data to see just how powerful they are and how confidently their parents are going to respond. Through their behavior, children are asking, will they hold this boundary or will they falter? How about when they're tired? How about when I'm sick? Do each of my parents have different weak spots? What if we're in public or with family? How sturdy are those boundaries going to be? They have to keep testing until they absolutely feel reassured that my parents are rock solid, They're gonna lovingly hold a boundary no matter how much I push back on it. Of course, this doesn't mean that two parents can't have different rules or that things aren't going to change under different circumstances. It just means that it's incredibly important in each discrete moment that when we say, no dessert tonight, or it's time to go home, that we follow through. That's the reassurance that children really need. So then you might be wondering, okay, what happens if I do always follow through consistently, and our kids still disagree and push back? Why are they doing this, and how do I respond to it? We have this tendency to expect children to happily comply when we know that we're being reasonable, and we can get really frustrated when they don't. But we have to remember that young children just aren't yet capable of hiding their disappointment. They really just want to have their feelings heard. And in fact, you might notice that they will push up against a boundary just so that when we hold it firmly, they have the space and they have the opportunity to release all of those yucky feelings that they've been holding on to throughout the day. If you've ever wondered why children disagree and misbehave more during stressful times, that's why. They need to process and expel their feelings, so they will find ways to let that happen. So resist the urge to ask them to agree with you, beg them to stop fighting back, explain why you're being reasonable and they should appreciate that, or even threaten to add some consequence if they don't stop whining. Just assert your boundary. We're going home now. And then really hear whatever it is that they have to say without trying to change it. You don't like that we're leaving the park. Yes, you are so mad at me and you really want to kick and scream. We can never tell another human being how to feel. We can really just be with them in their feelings and continue on. So you might have to pick up your child and carry them to the car as they cry, and as you're scooping them up and buckling them into their car seat, you can do so lovingly and just continue to acknowledge those feelings. Here goes your arm under the strap. I know this is so hard for you. Okay, now the other arm. Yeah, you want to kick and scream. I know. I'm going to close the door and I'm going to be right back with our lawn chairs. When our children disagree, we want to keep returning to this mantra. I will lovingly hold my boundary. I cannot change your feelings, but I am here to listen. And over many years, children will start to settle into this feeling of security and confidence in your leadership, and they will begin to internalize those boundaries. As they develop more self-control, they'll be able to stop themselves from running away in the parking lot the first time you ask, or accept that they'll get to play with their favorite toy again tomorrow, or get dressed for school on their own while you make breakfast. But this process really takes time, so be patient. And remember that this road to maturity is made much easier when we accept our children where they're at right now and we're just present with their feelings. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you've got any other burning questions about raising your infant or toddler through trusting, respectful practices, just comment below. I love hearing from you. Okay, see you next time.